The Kiddie Tax. All right. We've got some thresholds that will be in the resources for you to memorize. These will be changing year to year. The Kiddie Tax, what is this? What's the point of it? Sounds kind of funny. It's weird. It's a law that applies to a portion of a child's unearned income. So this is essentially so you as parents can't just give all your investments over to the kid. The kid gets taxed at a lower rate, and you don't have to pay tax on those investments. I mean, that sounds like a great idea, right? Give your investments to the kid. The kid's not really making any money, right? Whether they're a 9-year-old in school or even a 16-year-old, maybe they're working a minimum wage job, not making as much money. So if you give them the investments, they'll be taxed at a lesser rate. So that's what this here is trying to prevent. It applies to a portion of a child's unearned income, which are dividends, interest, capital gains over a certain threshold. The purpose of the Kiddie Tax is to prevent those higher income parents from transferring income producing assets to their children in lower tax brackets in order to reduce their overall tax liability. Now, this was created to ensure that children with significant unearned income pay taxes at rates similar to those of their parents, rather than at lower rates applicable to the children. The threshold here varies depending on the child's age and the amount of unearned income that they receive. So it does apply to only unearned income. So when they're flipping burgers at the local restaurant, it doesn't apply to that. It applies to children under the age of 18 or 18 to 24 if they're a full-time student and do not provide more than half their own support. And harkening back to our filing status lesson. And the tax rates, these are going to be linked for you to memorize. But essentially, it's up to a first threshold that it's not taxed at. You can consider that standard deduction for it. Then there's in between the max threshold and the first threshold. And anything in between there is taxed at the child's tax rate. And then anything above that is taxed at the parent's rate. So yeah, they give you a little leeway. So all right, maybe the kid's got maybe $1,000 or $2,000 of investments, dividends, stuff like that. So they'll give them a little bit of a leeway. And then anything over the maximum threshold will be taxed at the parent's rate. Again, not trying to have the kid bring in all the income, the passive income, and not get taxed too heavily on it. See an example here. We got a married couple with a 14-year-old child who earns $10,000 in interest and dividends in year 5. The parent's taxable income is $100,000. Now, under the Kiddie Tax rules, the child's unearned income over a certain amount is subject to tax at the parent's marginal tax rate. Let's say that in year 5, the threshold for the Kiddie Tax is $2,300. This means that the first $2,300 of the child's unearned income is tax-free. Any amount over this is subject to tax at the parent's marginal rate. So in this case, the child's unearned income over the threshold is $7,700. We got $10,000 minus that threshold. The parent's marginal tax rate is 22%. Therefore, the Kiddie Tax on the child's unearned income would be $7,700 times the 22%. That is going to be $1,694. As such, the child would owe $1,694 in taxes on their unearned income, which would be added to the parent's tax return, presumably because the 14-year-old child is not paying taxes and doesn't have their own tax return as well. All right, that about does it. I am going to call it a day here. I mean, obviously, we got a summary, some multiple choice questions, some other great things. Got a lot here. Keep practicing. You got this. Have a great rest of your day. Keep powering through. You can knock this exam out.
Hey there. Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.